Life is not always ruined by what others do to us. More often, it is ruined by what we do to ourselves. Think about it. We sabotage opportunities, push away people we love, and carry heavy expectations that no one placed on us but ourselves. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." And that is the heart of it. Much of our suffering is not fate but self-inflicted. In this video, we'll uncover 5 hidden ways we sabotage ourselves and how to break free from them. 1. The illusion of control. We all want certainty, a predictable life, control over outcomes. But here's the paradox. The harder we try to control everything, the more powerless we feel. Imagine holding water in your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips through your fingers. Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught, "Some things are in our control and others not." When we fight this truth, we suffer. Self-sabotage begins when we obsess over things we cannot command, people's opinions, outcomes of events, or even the future itself. Instead of living fully, we spend our energy wrestling shadows. Freedom begins when we stop forcing life and focus only on what truly belongs to us. Our choices, our actions, our attitude. 2. The fear of loss. Why do we cling so tightly to relationships, possessions, or status? Because deep down we fear losing them. But this very fear drives people away. Think of someone who texts obsessively, who cannot let silence be. Their fear of abandonment creates the very distance they dread. Seneca wrote, "He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a living man." The same applies to love, to success, to life itself. If we live in fear of loss, we never taste the fullness of what we already have. The cure? Gratitude and presence. When we embrace what we love without clinging, we finally experience it as it is, not as something to be trapped, but something to be cherished. 3. The stories we tell ourselves. Have you ever noticed how much of your suffering is born not from reality, but from your own imagination? You replay conversations. You imagine worst-case scenarios. You build entire castles of fear in your mind. And all the while, life itself passes quietly by. Jung warned us that the unconscious mind controls more than we realize. If we carry old wounds, hidden fears, or false beliefs, they shape the way we see the world. It is like wearing tinted glasses. You may think reality is dark and hopeless, but it is only the lens. The Stoics remind us, events are neutral. It is our interpretation that wounds us. When we change the story, we change our life. Forcing what should flow. Look at nature. A tree does not rush its growth. A river does not resist its course. But humans? We push, we force, we demand. We tell ourselves, "I must succeed now. I must have this person. I must not fail." Yet, what happens when we force? We exhaust ourselves. We lose joy. We burn out. Lao Tzu said, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." The same applies to our lives. When we trust the process, when we put in the effort without obsession, what is meant for us arrives naturally. Stop chasing butterflies. Sit still and they may land on your shoulder. 5. The refusal to let go. Perhaps the deepest self-sabotage of all is holding on when it is time to release. We cling to old relationships, outdated dreams, even versions of ourselves we have long outgrown. Why? Because letting go feels like death. But here's the secret. Every ending is also a beginning. The tighter we hold, the more we suffer. The moment we release, we create space for something new. Think of a clenched fist. Painful, tense, closed off. Now think of an open palm. Relaxed, ready to receive. Acceptance is not weakness, it is strength. As Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." So how do we stop being our own worst enemy? By releasing control over what is not ours. By loving without clinging. By questioning the stories we tell ourselves. By flowing with life instead of forcing it. And by letting go when the time has come. Carl Jung believed that self-knowledge is the path to freedom. The Stoics believed that acceptance is the path to peace. When we unite these two truths, we discover a life of balance. A life where we no longer sabotage ourselves, but align with who we truly are. Take a breath. Ask yourself, where am I forcing? Where am I clinging? Where am I resisting? The moment you become aware, you begin to heal. And when you heal yourself, you stop being your enemy and become your greatest ally. If you found this message meaningful, subscribe for more insights on Stoicism, Jung, and the art of living wisely. Share this with someone who needs a reminder that peace begins within. Until next time, stay strong, stay aware, stay free.